On a beautiful late summer afternoon for football, we welcome you to Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL and we're underway. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 18 Gator. Right there. 56. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Now Manziel. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
Manziel. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. Here's Jordan Berry now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Fielded at about the 28. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over. With a new set of downs. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up first and 10 at the 45.
Deeper.
Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Brings up second and 7 at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
Let's go, defense. Tempo.
They'll try the left side. It's Carson. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. This is the receiver turned running back, Cordero Patterson. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
One flip.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Open man there is Patterson, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Check.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. 19.
From the 16, Wilson. He's got daylight. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. What a play. The big man comes up with the interception. Puts together, Charles, a nice little return, too.
Yeah, he's not going to make anybody forget Darrell Green or Rod Woodson, but look at him lug that thing. He decided it was his. A lot of people might have thought about lateraling it there. No shot. Trying to take it the distance.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and that'll bring up a second and goal.
Ready, set. 54. Mike 54. Yeah, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
Here's Manziel. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Hey, high 7. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Rip left. Watch the shit.
A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Switch up. 14. Gun. Double up. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Hey, check right.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Airing it out for Olsen. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And this is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. That'll bring up second down.
I can put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Hey, 0-0-0. 198. Watch 98. 98's the mic. It's a party now. Go. 40. Come. Say it.
They run the counter. Carson, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On 3rd down, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 19. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Check three. Four down. Check. 4 down. There.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
That's good for us Steelers.
Hey, Haywood.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Right back to Connor here on 1st. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Well, a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, 0-0-0.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Forced out to his left. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. On first down, Wilson will try and set up the screen. It's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
14. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. It was Minkah Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Myers able to knock it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
You okay, son? How you doing? Charges for daddy phone?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your room.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. Johnson was the intended receiver. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Alert, alert, alert. Wide, get wide. Watch 98, watch 98, 98's the mic. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Check. Bang out, bam.
On third down, Patterson. And an alley to run. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39. Myers' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now a give, right side. It's Carson, and he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On third down, Carson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
They run with Patterson, and he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Easy. Check.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 2nd and inches, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Hey, 0.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Cordero Patterson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson, you okay, son?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Push him back. Push him back.
Get it. 2nd and 10. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys over.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Give him the ball every time. I'm going to score.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27.
Makes the score Seahawks 27, Steelers nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Ready. 2nd and 3. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Down. 60 outlaw. All day, punk. Shoot.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That's going to be caught. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A good pickup there at 22. They come out here in the eye.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. Here we go.
A give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. But now it's 3rd and goal. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. There in coverage to knock it away, Marquise Blair. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Cordero Patterson, 97 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually up to about 3 to 4 steps and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh 1st. Now Manziel. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Manziel. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He'll set up to throw. Flush. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays had gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw here. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, I think they got it. Yes, the Steelers have it. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are 2 very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point. Elsewhere, they're on to the 4th quarter of MetLife Stadium. And that one's pretty well wrapped up as the Giants have grown their lead even further. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On 2nd down, it's Patterson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Here's Manziel. And my goodness, another interception. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
He's brought down by
Oh, Wilson going to throw. This is caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.